Okay, I think that we are live, and I am going to go make sure here. Oh yeah, we are live. Let's see, we've got one person here. I better say hi. It's Fluffy Penguins!
Hi.
Hey Carter, I'm live. You want to say hi to people? Fluffy Penguins is here.
Hi.
Let's see, do you know how I can mute that from saying, oh, and Anna just jumped on too. Maybe my husband can come and tell me how I can stop it from alerting me every time. My mail keeps alerting me.
Oh, okay. On your phone?
Nope.
Oh.
On my computer. See?
Another thing you can do in this is turn that down.
Yeah. And Linda, hi. How are you doing? I'm pulling up my other, I'll show you guys here. I'm pulling up this app on here because it's easier for me to see the chat on here. If I can make it work on here. Sometimes the YouTube app on my iPad doesn't work very good. So we'll see if I can get it to work. Ah. There's the live chat right there. And can you guys hear me okay? Let me turn the volume of my music down a bit. Skip ad. Okay, cool. I've got...
That's confusing.
There. Okay, now I can move that out of the way. Very good. Okay, so I have been working on another Halloween coloring page, and I'm gonna ink it here. This is you guys inspired me the other day to do a sort of Day of the Dead. You'll start seeing it really fast here. Can you get past my lighting? Let me know if something goes wrong here. I fixed my phone a little bit, so hopefully some of the same errors we had yesterday won't happen. So let's start inking so you guys can see what I have created for all of you. Did you guys see I put up a new giveaway video just a few minutes ago? My husband uploaded the video. So you guys can jump off if you want to and go over and watch that video real quick and come back and enter that, or you can wait till we're done here. Let's see what is on top. I think the eyes get to be done first of this cool owl. So how is anybody on here that is in hurricane land? I've been thinking about you guys and worrying about you guys. I hope everything's okay. I've been here in my studio all day working on getting that video up and going, and then working on coloring pages, so I haven't seen the news to see what's going on with the hurricane. Anna says she's in Texas. I did some research on what the skeletal structure of an owl is for this drawing, and their bone structure is not very fun for a drawing, so I took some artistic liberty here on their chest. So I'll have to tell you what their chest really looks like for their skeleton once we get down to his chest plate here. But I'll block in his eyes a little bit here, at least so you can see. Did you hear that, Rose? We've got Linda who's in Colorado. That's right. Did you have to turn your heat on last night, Linda? So my husband came into our office here and was wearing a jacket, and I'm still sitting here wearing t-shirt and capris and bare feet because I'm still so hot. Watch it be December before I let them turn the heat on in our house. My men will be freezing. We went for a little family vacation last weekend, and it actually snowed on us on our way home because we went over some mountain passes to get home and it was snowing. So I've actually driven through snow already this season. It was crazy. All the semi-trucks slowing way down, and It was not a relaxing drive, let me just say. But growing up in Utah, you get to be a pretty good snow driver. You just have to avoid the big semi trucks. Let's see, Linda says, in Arizona we have the cooler on all but about 10 days of the year. I bet you do. I think my sister-in-law lives in Arizona, and my husband recently went down and visited her. He was there on business, and he said that they just can't run their AC as much as they want to because the electricity bill would be way too high. Okay, let's see. Now these little lines here. Linda's asking what size micron pen right now I'm using. This is a 05. Sort of the medium. I end up using a 08 for the more bold lines, and then this one is a 005 that I'll be using for these more fine, like feather type lines I'm going to be putting in here soon. I accidentally erased some of these lines, so I'm sort of winging it here. There we go. Not too bad for winging it. Okay, now I think I'll put in this big circle. Linda also says it was 31 degrees there. Wow, that's getting cold. Can I help you with something, Carter?
I need some.
Maybe Daddy has an idea. These bigger circles are so hard to draw with the ink. Whew. There, got it done. Okay, let's see. Austin says, Jennifer, I'm so sorry I missed the live stream yesterday. Yesterday morning I had a liver biopsy. Oh, so I've been a bit out of commission. I bet you have. I'm glad you're feeling good enough to be here today. Welcome, Austin. And Donovan's here from Nebraska. Hello. And Linda says, our mountains so far did get rain in town, but out-of-staters don't know how to drive in the snow. Oh, so true. That's why I don't like driving the freeways during a snowstorm, because you get those people who don't know what they're doing around in the snowstorm, so I end up wishing they would just get off the freeway till the storm stopped. Oh, my sister Nancy says, hi, busy sister. Hi, Nancy. I am very busy this week. I am trying to get a bunch of coloring pages out to you guys, and we have that giveaway that I really wanted to start. from Totally Tiffany that we just posted. It is such a cool giveaway. I'm so excited for you guys on that giveaway. And I haven't even emailed Totally Tiffany. In fact, maybe Stephen, you should send them an email and tell them that we launched that giveaway. They'll be excited about that. Okay, let's see. Tammy's Art says, hi, I have a channel of coloring too. Cool. Check this out if you want. I will be very happy. Oh, I'm watching you from Brazil. Oh, very neat. On the bright side, my mom got me more pencil storage. Ah, the 150 set of Prisma Premieres. I'm excited. That's awesome. I love my Prisma Premieres. And Kathy's here. Hi, Kathy from Nebraska. I was just watching what I missed yesterday. Still have a bit to watch. Oh, that was like a long, I think it was like 3 hours long. That was a long one. I decided for this one I would do the sketching part first and start the live stream once I was ready to start inking. So it wouldn't be quite so long. I think this one's going to be really fun to color. And I dropped my camera down by about 6 inches so you could be a little bit closer into the details. Hopefully the zooming won't bug you guys too much. This app I'm using for the live streaming won't let me lock the zoom. So I'm still trying to find the best software for the live streaming. This one seems to be the most stable software, so that's why I'm using it right now. This one was fun to draw too because I got to do a mandala on this one. It's been a while since I've drawn a nice mandala. Round and round we go. Mandalas are very relaxing to draw. Tammy's Art says she's new here. Yeah, I don't think I've seen your name here. You said you were from Brazil. Are you anywhere near where the Olympics were? Nancy says, I just looked at the drawing you did yesterday and I love it. I can't wait to color it. I'll have to bring it over into the screen here and show you guys how it turned out after I did the shading. I finished it up before I started this coloring page. I think it turned out really cute. Let me finish up this mandala. I'm going to change over to the more fine point pen here to get these tiny little circles in here. This is that really fine point pen that I have to be so careful of the tip on. Have a very light hand when I use it so you don't squash that little tip. Steve, did you go on and see if it looks better with the lighting this way?
Oh, no, I didn't.
I was curious too to see if the zooming was... It doesn't look to me like the zooming is acting funny, but I don't know. Sure would be nice if this app would keep working this good.
It's nice that it's a little closer there. Oh, it's good. Where we're at right now is kind of being hidden by that tag.
I need to make better tags for this. I made that tag for the bottom of the screen just by writing it in notes. It's not very pretty tag. It gets the job done though. Okay, that looks pretty. You're looking forward to yesterday's page too, Kathy? Okay, let me show it to you guys how pretty it turned out. Let's see here. There's the top. I'll bring it up. I added a whole bunch of shading so the little kitty's face looks all cute. And then the bottom, I think that little spider web turned out really good. Anyway, I think it's really cute. I can't wait to color it too. Fun! I'm getting in the holiday mood. Okay, back to this one. Let's see, I think I'll go back to the other pen here. That's the bigger one. I can't remember the numbers for the life of me. Oh, thanks, Austin. Austin says it's beautiful and the spider web is sick. Awesome. I like that. And Nancy says she loves it. Oh, it's fun. Okay, we'll swing around here. Put these little feathery loops on here to give some dimension on the sides of the eyeballs. There we go. Let's see. Linda says she saw one of my books at Michael's. I don't think we have any of our books at Michael's, so it must have been someone else with a similar style. Kathy said it's so cute, and Tammy was saying her English isn't very well, but I'm doing an amazing job. Thank you, Tammy. Yeah, it must have been a different book that you saw, Linda. I only have the one out so far. The Best of Bliss, I think is what we called it. My brain is not working really good right now. I'm in drawing mode. Get my book into Michael's. That would be exciting. We're going to try to publish my second book. I have all the art done for my second book, and we want to get it published and a reprint of the first book. And then I have a whole bunch of ideas for the third book already. So we're trying to decide how to move forward with the next books. We haven't decided yet what to do next. My son Rylan just walked by. Say hi, Rylan.
Oh.
See, Kathy says I have been learning to draw tangles. I think I've done 4 different ones. That's awesome. You would probably recognize some of these different shapes in some of the tangle patterns. Have you gone to my Facebook page yet, Kathy? My Pinterest boards yet? I have a whole bunch of tangles on there that you could try. Okay, now I'm going to attempt, let's see. I think I want the top to be like that. There, I like how that turned out. Ooh, I like that. Okay. Cool. Okay, let's see what you guys have been chatting about. Kathy says you don't have Pinterest. Okay, if you decide to try Pinterest, be careful. It's a very dangerous website. Pinterest is very addicting and a lot of fun. So I love Pinterest. I do a lot of research on Pinterest for my coloring pages and my art. Tons of neat things there. And Linda says she's learning tangles too. And Tammy says here in Brazil, coloring books is very famous. Yeah, I do have a coloring book, Tammy. And Austin, Pinterest is fantastic. Yep. And Zentangling is so much fun. Yep, and very relaxing too. Okay, let's get some of these wings inked in here. So I didn't know how bony to take this drawing because for one, I don't mind a little creepy, but I prefer to color things that are pretty over creepy. So I went sort of easy on the creepy side here. So you'll see what I did here, and you'll have to tell me if I went creepy enough for you. Okay, so when I was studying the owl anatomy, the bones, the owl has a huge breastplate right in front. And so you wouldn't see his spine at all. But that seemed sort of boring to me because the spine would be the most fun thing to color. So we're sort of ignoring true owl anatomy here. And we're going to put in a spine with the rib bones instead. So we're going to put his beak in first, like that. And then I'm going to have a spine with these rib bone type feeling on it, is what I decided to do. And the rib bones, I kind of went with a sort of a heart shape, but more of a flattened, sharp heart shape. So they would feel a little pretty, but not too pretty, was my thinking. Okay, so that's what I ended up doing for the spine. Let's see, we've got Ballet Gal is here. Hi, Ballet Gal. Hi, Owl Anatomy. Ha ha ha. Owl Anatomy. That was from Austin. Let's see, Donovan says, I'm enjoying the coloring page for this week's Color Like a Pro Challenge. Yay! I'm glad you're doing that. Thanks, Donovan. Tammy's wondering what the name of my book is. I think I have it somewhere handy. I can show it to you if I can see it.
Oh. Or you put a link on there or something.
Oh yeah. My husband says he'll jump on and put a link onto the comments for me. And because I can't see it. I thought I had it right here. I always have my coloring book right here. That's weird. Oh, here it is. It was in my bag for taking downstairs to the couch. Here it is. This is my coloring book. Coloring Pages Bliss, Volume 1, A Taste of Bliss. This is it here. And my husband will come and put a link on the live chat, and it's got a preview of all the pages in the book on the live chat, on the website, so you can see what each page looks like. Sorry, there's a lot of in-process pages in here, so. But that's the coloring book. So, Volume 1 right there. Let's see, and what kind of paper does everyone use for tangling? Right now, my favorite paper that I buy, because it's pretty inexpensive and it has a little bit of tooth, is this Canson Bristol. It has two distinct sides, and I get it in the 9x12, and then I can cut it down to whatever size I want. So that I can do bigger tangles or little tiny tiles as well. So, and then I have a sketchbook that I take with me that you guys have seen the video for that sketchbook. But this is the kind of paper I'm using right now to draw on, and it has like a rougher side and a smoother side, depending on, I usually use the smoother side so that my pen tips don't wear out as fast. So that's what I'm drawing on right now. So.
Oh, that's funny. It won't let me put a URL in the comments.
Oh,
So just go to your website.
Steve says he can't put a URL in the comments to the where to find the book. So if you just go to my website, coloringpagesbliss.com, and I think there's a link at the top that says book, and you click on that, and it will take you straight to my book, and you can look at it there. Okay, and now I think I'm going to use my thicker pen here. There we go. So this is sort of, I'm going to make the feeling of the rib cage here. And like I said when I was studying the anatomy of the owl, in actuality, there's this huge breastplate and then the ribs come off the breastplate. But we're sort of cheating it for this drawing here. And then what I want to do is draw a little loop pattern on each of these ribs to sort of give the feeling of feathers. Okay, let's see. Debbie says, hello, my dear. Just saw your latest video. The case and the turning table are amazing. Aren't they so cool? I do Zen tangling too. Your work is amazing. I thought that that turntable would be really cool for doing Zen tangling on. You could clip your little tile to it and turn it, and I thought that would really an awesome way to do Zen tangling. Tammy says, I love your book. Thank you. Love this kind of drawing. Me too. It's so much fun. And like I said, I can't put the link here, so just go check out my website, coloringpagesbliss.com, and there's a link to the book there. Debbie says, I have all your books. Thanks, Debbie. Austin says, in actuality, I really need to stop out loud. Let's see, Linda says it's 1:45 and the slow cooker is making my house, smells so happy. Turkey and stuffing. Oh my goodness, can we all come to your house for dinner? Oh, wow. My son made pumpkin chicken soup last night for us out of a pumpkin that my mother grew in her garden, and it was so good last night. So that's probably what we'll have tonight, is leftover pumpkin soup, if there's any left, if we haven't eaten it all by now. It was so good, it was like eating candy for dinner. My son is quite the chef. When I got ill, he sort of took over the dinner cooking. So he is really good at cooking. He did all the steps. He like roasted the pumpkin, and he even roasted the pumpkin seeds so that we could sprinkle them on top of the soup. And it was really, I mean, talk about chef here. It was pretty impressive for a 18-year-old. Had roasted chicken in it and bacon. I think I must be hungry. Party at Linda's, Austin says. Do you use testers for your books? Debbie wants to know. I usually haven't in the past, but I've only done the one book, and so I don't know what we have planned for the second book yet. But if I do use testers this time, I would definitely come to my community here first to find them. You guys are my favorites. I want to teach my son how to bake bread next. He knows a little bit about baking, but not much, so I want to teach him that next. There we go. I really miss cooking. I can't stand long enough to cook anymore. It's sad. Okay, let's see. Hi, Beth. Thanks for saying hi. Debbie's Fine Lines. She'd like us to check out her Facebook page, Debbie's Fine Lines. And Lead Penny says, I just left video storage case and coloring page Lazy Susan. Love it. Oh, isn't that cool? I hope you guys all jump over there at some point and enter that contest, that giveaway. I have loved using it It's all filled right now. I'm going to probably change out all the pens I'm using and put a new set of pens into it for tonight's coloring. I got a new set of color pencils in the mail yesterday. I showed it to you guys who were here on the live feed yesterday, so I think I'm going to load it up with those pencils so I can test them out for a few days before I do the video for you guys. Let's see. Kathy says my son is like that too. My hands sometimes hurt, so he will chop whatever I need chopped. Oh, that's nice. And Linda wants to borrow our sons, I think, Kathy. We could work toward a book with page from all of us. Oh, that would be neat. That would be really cool. Okay. Adding a few more details across these rib lines here. Okay, and then this pen is trying to die on me, so I'm gonna move up a size here. There, now this beak isn't standing out enough for me, so I think I'm going to do some dots across the ridge of it, like that. And then when I shade it, hopefully that will help it. Okay, now I'm going to do, I have some bones laid in here into the wings. So I'm going to try to figure out that, for, finalize the bones here. Okay. Kind of nervous about these bones. I think it's probably because it's the first time I've ever drawn bones. Okay. I tried to make him look like the wing bones are sort of folded and tucked in, was what I was after here. At least trying to imply that. Okay. Be brave, be brave. Gotta be brave, gotta be brave. I'm not brave. I'm gonna try and fix this part. I chickened out. I'm a chicken. I'm an owl chicken. What's an owl chicken? Who's doing the owl joke? Someone come up with what's a cross between an owl and a chicken? That's what I am. Let's see. That looks a little better, I think. And then maybe up into the socket of that a little bit better. And this This joint bone, I think, is bigger than this joint bone. Maybe he's got arthritis in that wing. Poor little arthritis-y bone owl. Let's see, we gotta even it out a bit so we don't have an arthritic owl here. Oh dear. I'm cracking myself up. I wonder if owls get arthritis. Carter, do owls get arthritis? No comment.
What?
I asked you if owls get arthritis.
I don't know.
Okay. All right. Be brave. Okay, I think I'll draw the joint first. Okay. Now, I want this bone to look sort of pointy because that would be the tip of the wing, and then it would curve here to go into the socket. Well, I guess we'll call it good. It is what it is, right? My first attempt at bones. Okay, pointy at the bottom, up, curved into the socket. I guess that's okay. I think it'll look better once I put some shading and some weight into it. We'll hope it looks better when I put some weighting and shade into it. Alright, let's see. There's been some chatting going on over here. Oh, we've got, I don't know how to say your name, Creme Pelizel from Germany. Hello from Germany. And Kathy's cheering me on. You can do it, Jennifer, and so is Donovan. Just do it. And Bonnie from Grove City, Ohio. Hello. So much fun. All these people. Okay. All right. Now I decided not to do creepy foot bones. One, because I didn't want to try drawing them, and two, because when I was looking at them when in the anatomy of the owl, they were just too creepy. So I'm going to do some pretty like loopy shapes instead, because I think they would be more fun to color than creepy feet. Bonnie says I make it look easy. Oh, thank you, Bonnie. Just a second ago I was freaking out about drawing bones. Okay, one more pretty loop. Good. Okay, now we get to throw in a whole bunch more details. But before I do that, I'm going to erase my pencil lines so that they don't distract me as I throw in the pretty little details. Let's see. Linda likes the Tiffany giveaway. I don't know. Isn't it amazing? That keeper is really cool. And Kathy likes the giveaway too. Yeah, this is the biggest giveaway we've ever done. The whole thing together is like worth $45, and then with shipping and everything on top of it, this is a really big giveaway. It's really amazing. When Totally Tiffany approached me, I thought, you know, it was just going to be a little thing they were going to send me, but when I got it, and they were generous enough to send 2 of everything to me, I was just floored by their generosity. Really awesome. We are spoiled. Okay, let's get all these lines off of here. Ugh. Get a workout doing the eraser. Ugh. I wonder if the whole camera is shaking. I bet I'm shaking the whole table, which is making the whole camera shake too. Okay. Whew. Now I'm going to sort of carefully pick this up and shake it all into my trash can here. There. And then brush off the rest. Okay. There we go. A few more lines. This part here, you can see I redrew this area like 10 times, so that will have to be cleaned up in the computer, that shadow there. But maybe when I do my shading, some of it will get hidden. We'll see. Sometimes I put notes in the edges of the coloring page so that when my husband does the editing on the computer, he'll see that I wanted him to fix things that I couldn't fix here at the drawing table. Okay. Well, I really like how this edge here turned out. That's really pretty. That'll be even prettier once I shade it too. It'll really stand out. Okay. I think I got it erased. Now we're going to add some more light lines and dark lines to give, right now it's so one note. We need to give it some dimension so it's even more interesting to you guys when you download it and more fun to color. make his little pupils pop a little bit more. And then I'm going to put some weight on the ends of each of these loops. That's a good spot that I can add some black to help give some dimension, some variety here. That's looking better already. Very good. Let's see. Tammy says, oh, it's a Scully owl. So cute. Thanks, Tammy. And Kathy says, aren't husbands wonderful? Oh, yes. Mine does stuff like that when I have him scan something. Oh, it's so wonderful. We have become quite the partnership, my husband and I. Oh. I love how adding this black always makes the coloring pages look better. Just little touches of black here and there always make it look better. At least to my eye it does. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, now we gotta make this circle here. I think I'll do the same thing on the edges of these too, maybe just a little lighter. Sort of just kiss it with a bit of black. Just a little mwah of black. Well, I think it is Canadian Thanksgiving this weekend, according to our friend from Quebec yesterday. we'll have to wish them a happy Thanksgiving this weekend. Let's see. Donovan says, an idea for a coloring page, haunted flowers. Ooh, that's an interesting idea. That would go along with sort of pretty and creepy at the same time. My husband doesn't help with building or my computer stuff. You guys are so lucky. I know that we are lucky. I know it. I am very blessed. Trust me, I know. Jane says, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Jane. And Austin wants to know if my husband draws. No, he doesn't draw. He is really into photography and videography. And he likes music as well, so that's his chosen art. Hi, Carter.
Hello.
Let's see. Austin says, if your husband does draw or color, I am so jealous and kind of wondering how you meet someone like that. My girlfriend recently decided she wants to be single. Oh, I'm sorry, Austin. That's rude. Let's see, I met my husband at a church dance. In our area back in the olden days when I was a young thing, we had young single adult dances for our church, and that's where we met back in the olden days. Kathy says her husband is a videographer also. Whoa, maybe we married twins, Kathy. Okay, I'm starting to go a little crazy doing these black highlights, or are they called highlights when they're black? I need to move to something different so I don't go cross-eyed. There. Whew. Okay, we'll do something a little different for a minute and give my eyes a break. Let's see. You're laughing at my olden days joke. I feel old. I've got old kids. I have an 18-year-old now. It makes me old. No, I don't mind being this age. I like being older. I wish my body wasn't getting older, but I like being mature, having some experience under my belt. I like it. I just wish my body wouldn't age. Let's see, your son is 18, Austin says, and I'm now 21, so I kind of understand where you're coming from. 21 is a good age. I was married by the time I was 21. So we need to find Austin a girlfriend, ladies. Where do you live, Austin? We've got tons of women here. Maybe we can hook you up. My husband says, poor Austin. Turn our, instead of a coloring website, we'll turn it into matchmaking. We can all matchmake our children. Fernando says hello. Coloring pages matchmaking. Yeah, that's what Austin said. Matchmaking bliss, Austin says. I like that one. That one's good. Wow, I really like those light lines. That really made that eye pop. Look at the difference between the two. Let's see if I can bring it up. There. That made a huge difference between those two eyes. Way cool. Awesome. I love this part of the inking process when you get to start adding in the details and see the page become more than just line art. It becomes a work of art. And I start picturing where you guys will want to color and think, oh, they will want more detail there, and oh, how can I inspire them here, and if it was me coloring this, I would want something more here, so I'm going to add a detail there, and or I'll think, oh, if it was me coloring, I wouldn't want something here. I would want it to be empty in this area so that I could do some shading in this area. And so I'm always thinking about you guys, the colorists, during this part. I don't want to over detail it so that it becomes frustrating to color, but I don't want to leave it too blank so it's kind of boring and uninspiring. That was a really good thing. Look how pretty that turned out, Stephen.
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait to shade it. It's going to be awesome. Okay, let's see. Nancy says, got to go. Can't wait to see the finished product. You're awesome, Jen. Love you. Love you, Nancy. Thanks for tuning in. Nancy's my sister for anyone who came in later. Say hi to the kids, Nancy. Okay. Now, these spines, they need some attention, I think. They're not very inspiring yet. I like that. That'll help it look more three-dimensional and Be fun to shade these little joints in the spine. Vertebrae, I guess that's what they're called. Okay, I like that. Okay. Now, oh, I need to go back and add some more black highlights. Black tips to these little shapes that I've put in to kind of feel like feathers. There. I've got a couple of those down here. And then these big ones, I'm going to do the same thing, so that way it'll feel, what's the word when you try to make something the same across the whole piece? Uniform. Squeaky chair. I wonder if we can oil this chair so it doesn't squeak so much. Okay, that's looking good. Okay, let's see. Linda asks, what kind of lighting do you use? Do you have an OT light? Downstairs I have an OT light that I use next to the couch for my coloring and drawing when I'm with my husband watching TV. Oh, I missed a little feather right here. Wonder if I missed any more. Up here in my art studio area, I have a, oh, we don't even have the big light on, Stephen. You should flip the big light on. What do they call that big light?
It's a softbox.
There. Ooh. The big light that he just flipped on is called a softbox light, and it's a photography light that does like daylight kind of feeling. And then this right here, you can see the base of it. I have two of these little lamps that we have a bulb in it that is a daylight bulb in these two lamps here to give the daylight, true light here on the work. So I have a ton of light right here where I do my filming. But the big light has a big light bulb in it, and it's like, I think Steve said it was $150 or some ridiculous amount of money to replace that bulb. So I don't run that light very often. I just run the little lamps when I'm doing the majority of my drawing, because those light bulbs are, I can't remember how much, $10 or something like that to replace. So that's much more reasonable. So that's what I do for my lighting. Austin asks what an OT light is. OT light is a brand of lighting that you can find almost anywhere. You can even buy them at Costco. That's where I got my light for downstairs. And it's just a daylight simulating light to light your art as you're doing it, so that your colors are true to what they would look like outside in the daylight. They're really, really nice and a little bit pricey, so you have to watch for sales. So, but they're really nice. I love my OttLite. The other thing I love about OttLite is that they don't put off heat, so which is really important to me because of my heat intolerance. So but there's all different kinds of lights you can buy that don't put off heat and are the daylight lights. So you don't have to buy the Ott brand. That's what we ended up doing here with these. I had these lamps that I had repainted, and then we just put the daylight light bulbs in them that we picked up, I think at Walmart or somewhere, or Lowe's. I can't remember where we found them. Let's see. Make says, hi. Austin says, cool, I love natural light. Yep. So you should pick up some of those light bulbs and just stick them in. We have them in our lights up above too, in the ceiling lights. How are the lines so smooth? On the drawing here, is that what you're asking about? I think you say Kawaii Revolution. The paper is a big factor to getting smooth lines, and then using good pens, and then just practicing getting good strokes. I've been drawing for a lot, let's see, I don't know, 3 or 4 years now. I draw every single day, and you just practice. And when I first started, they were just horrible, my lines were. But then I started getting better paper and better pens, and my lines got better and better. So Linda says, Austin, that dark time is for sleeping for most people. He's 21, Linda. He doesn't sleep, remember? Remember being 21? I remember being 21. Staying out after dark. My husband and I always joke when we actually stay out like past 9. We're like, whoa, we're acting like kids again. We go out to dinner with all the 60 and 70-year-olds. We go to dinner like at 4 o'clock now. It's kind of funny. This Sharpie is not performing well. Let's get a better one going here. There we go. That's better. Let's see. Donovan says you don't need lights if you're drawing or coloring digitally. Good point. When I started my drawing journey, part of my goal was to get off of the computer, and I wanted to go old school and draw and do it all manually off of the computer. So, but I think I may be venturing back to digital one of these days and try drawing on my computer, or get an iPad with the new, is it a pencil they call it? The electric pencil. I may endeavor to do some drawing that way, we'll see. But for now, I really enjoy doing it this way. I love the feel of the pen on the paper. I love the smell of the Sharpies. I love watching the ink spread across into the fibers of the paper. For me, it really is. That's why we called it Coloring Pages Bliss. The coloring and drawing is more, it's not just about producing the pieces, it's about enjoying the entire experience. So That Sharpie was not performing well, so I'm going to go back to the micron. Wow, much better. So that's why I don't do it digitally, but I was watching, there's another artist I follow, and she was doing some of her art with the iPad the other day, and some of the stuff she was able to do on there was really fun. And I wondered about trying it, but I don't know. Let's see. Austin. Someone, let's see, going back to the midnight shift. I work in the ICU. Oh, wow. So you are a night owl. Haha, a night owl. And I'm drawing an owl. Haha. Kawhi says, oh, thanks. I did Zentangle in school, and I got so mad when the lines are messed up. Oh, I know it. If you look here, let's see if I can show you. Right here, I was using the Sharpie. I think it's in frame. Oh, let's see. I was using the Sharpie here, and you can see how the ink of the Sharpie really blooms out into the fibers of the paper. And over here, if you can see, I don't know, the ink of the micron doesn't bloom quite so bad, so it's easier to control. So sometimes spending money on a little better tool really does make a difference. It's not true of all tools, but of some tools it really is true. Sometimes it comes down to practice, and sometimes it comes down to you've got the wrong tool. Austin, you love the smell of the Sharpies, Jennifer? Yeah. And I know it can make you high if you do it too much, but I do love that first time of a brand new Sharpie when you pull the cap off. I love that smell. Donovan says you enjoy the digital, and it's just what's blissful for me. I know, but I have really enjoyed doing the paper, but I think I would really enjoy doing it on the iPad because I really like playing iPad games, so I think I would really like drawing on the iPad. So that's why I've been considering getting the iPad Pro with the pencil and doing my art on there. We'll see. But that would be pricey. A couple $1,000s for that, and I can't afford it right now. So for now, it's all about the paper and the pen for me. Okay, now we need to make this wing a little more fun to color, not so bony, I think. So I'm going to add some sort of feathery type, maybe some circles. That might be a nice texture next to the bone. I think I will do circles because we have circles up here. So if I do circles down here, and I just saw a pencil line I missed. There, got it. I'll do my favorite circle pattern that I love to draw. So I'm curious to know what kind of computer you use to draw on, what software you're using. Are you using, I don't even know what they're called, those pads that you draw on. What are they called, Stephen?
Like
A what?
Wacom tablet.
A Wacom tablet?
Mm-hmm.
See, I don't even know what the terminology is for those. I've seen them before, and I've watched YouTube artists draw with them, and it fascinates me that they can, how they draw with them. Let's see. Oh yeah, I use a Wacom Intuos pen small, the old version with Adobe Photoshop. Way on drawing tablets, big iPads. Yeah, I think that's what I've seen on YouTube. Is that what the artists at your old job used, Stephen?
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever use one?
No, I've only ever played with one, but I'd like to for photo retouching.
Oh.
Yeah.
So are they just like a big mouse trackpad thing?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. And then the pen has really cool features as far as, you know, pressure sensitive and angle and all that kind of stuff.
Huh. I wonder if that would be the better way to go than the iPad, except then you have to have your computer. You can't just sit at your couch and draw, right?
Yeah, and it depends on whether or not you want to be drawing on top of, like on the iPad, you know, you'd be drawing where you touch the pen is where it lays down. You know, it's like drawing on a piece of paper, whereas the Wacom tablet, your hand's off to the side and you're watching the screen.
Oh.
So it's a little different experience, and I think some people like it one way, some like it the other.
Oh, that's right. So your hand's down and you're looking up. But with an iPad, your hand is down and you're looking down. Oh, I hadn't thought of that. That might be more natural to me, the way I've trained myself, huh? That'd be like typing and not watching the keyboard, huh? Huh. Oh, my husband and I are just having a little conversation here. Maria has come on. Hi, Maria! And she's, I think she's saying that she likes my drawing here. That's so good. I love it. Thank you. Okay. I think I'm liking this wing a lot better now with this texture going in behind the bones. I can't believe I drew bones. What did you say?
Just look at the bones.
What's,
Monty Python.
oh, Monty Python. Let's see. Who needs art school when you have YouTube? No kidding. I've learned everything mostly from the internet. A couple books, but mostly internet. I'd still like to go to art school to use their tools to do the hands-on stuff, but mostly for like pottery. I'd love to try pottery and bookbinding and what's it called when you do, is it letter pressing? Where you do actual pressing and you do, anyway, I still would like to go to art school, but mainly just to take certain classes. Guess I need to look into community ed or something. Oh, this tip of this pen is trying to die. Hang in there, we have a whole second wing to do. Hang in there, little pen. You can do it, little pen. How about right here? A few more loops to color. Ooh, I wonder what color will color this. We'll do browns or purples. He might be a cool purpley oranges and stuff. Let's see, Donovan says, my mom Kathy had to go, but she's still listening on my computer. Oh, good. Austin says, whoa, I was busy coloring and listening, just looked up and saw, bam, Zentangle circle things. Yeah, it does make those bones pop better, doesn't it? Way better. It needed it. And yeah, Ballet Gal likes it too. It needed something behind those bones. Big difference between those two. Make sure. That's the problem with having that bigger light on, Stephen, is now I can't see the screen. I wonder if we put something above here to stop the glare.
If we could throw a shadow on there.
Oh, it might.
I was thinking a hood for it or something.
Oh, there. If we could prop that up, then I could see my screen better. Maybe I should try that. I could prop it up like that. Oh, we are so high techie. Okay, there. Now I can see it. Oh, this setup is funny. Okay, but it works. I think it's better too. Do you guys like it being closer up than yesterday's? I'm about 6 inches closer to the drawing paper than I was yesterday. I think it's better. Let's see, Kawhi says, doesn't your hand hurt when you write that hard? Me, actually, have you seen me hard? I press down colored pencils. Oh, I know. We get good hand exercise with coloring, don't we? We totally get a lot of exercise coloring. Watch, they'll come out someday and say, physical therapists are now recommending coloring as a way to help strengthen our hands. They already use it for dexterity. And my father, oh, maybe I shouldn't share personal, Never mind. I can share my own personal things, but I probably shouldn't share other people's personal things. There we go. Wonder if I should have made this line of that wing a little darker. Might have to go back and darken that up. Feels like it needs to be just a wee bit darker. There we go. I really like how it makes that bone. I don't think I'm going to do any texture or anything on that bone. Just leave it stark. And then you guys can decide what to do with it when you color. Oh, Balaga likes the closer setup, and so does Linda. Oh, good. I thought you might appreciate being in a little bit closer. The only thing I was afraid of was if the weird zooming of this app, this software I'm using, if that zooming would become a problem. But it doesn't seem, every time I look over, it doesn't seem to be doing anything too weird. I wonder if it was the iPad software that was doing the weird zooming.
Yeah, it might have been the camera in there or something.
Yeah. Does that mean we just have to go get me a new iPad? Is that what that means? Darn it. Gotta go shopping this weekend and get me a new iPad. Austin's gonna go get some food. Sounds good. Have fun. There we go. Come up here for a minute where there's a little more room to circle. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why I get good at drawing circles. I can't remember what coloring page I was drawing a while back live, and someone asked me how I drew circles so good. Thousands of little circles over and over and over and over, back and forth, round and round and round. Are you awaiting Joanna's Christmas coloring book? I saw her release it. Looks so cute. I probably won't order it because I just don't have time to color, even hardly color my own coloring pages. But it does look so cute. And her art is just a little too detailed for me. So I haven't even colored any of her stuff before because I think it would drive me a little crazy. I prefer art that has just a little bit more. I don't mind stuff that has some little details here and there, but I prefer stuff that has a little more open space to work in. Did you hear that, Rose? Did you hear that? There was a horn outside and she didn't like it. She's trying to decide if it was worth sitting up and barking or if she should just go back to sleep. Alright, I think I'm going to darken up this line. Very nice. That looks better. And then we're losing the beak as well. I'm going to darken that line up too. That's better. I think the beak, we will add a few more dots here to help set the beak off. Ooh, that's cool. Kind of looks steampunky now. That's cool. What is it? Which show is it that had the little mechanical owl? It's like from the 80s or something. Okay, now I feel like down here we've got tons of details up here, and then down here we lost so many details down in this area, so I need to think about what we can do to help this area have some more pop. Feels like it needs more of something, but not too much. Don't want to overcomplicate it. We still want it to have that skeletal feeling. Oh, did you hear that, Rose? Oh, I heard it too. Yes. Oh. Austin is back with a chicken in his hand. Okay, I'm wondering about doing some circles like this inside these. I like that. Okay. Not him. Him. What, Rose? What are you barking at? What? What? Do you need to get down? Oh, big stretch. Okay. Oh, Daddy, she needs help getting down. She wants to come. Oh, now she's coming my way. Okay, here we go. We'll swing her past you guys so she can say hi. Say hi. Here's her big boofy hair. Okay, there you go. She had to go see who was downstairs. I think that I am coming to the end of this. The next step I have on here is to shade it, but I think I will do that later after I've gone and had my own dinner. And I think I'm going to step away from it. I feel like it needs a few more details, but I'm starting to go cross-eyed, quite literally here. After I've been doing this for a while, I start seeing double. So the lines, it's hard for me to see what's happening. And when it starts getting that way, it's time for me to stop or I start making mistakes. So I think I am going to call this done for now. I really like how it's turning out, and I think once I have shaded it, it's the eyes and the beak and the wings and the spine are really gonna pop, and it's gonna look even better. So I'm really happy with this really cool little skeletal sugar skull owl for Halloween. So what will happen is the next step is I will shade it and then hand it over to my husband, and he will scan it and clean it up and get it ready to upload along with this cute one that I did yesterday. And then I'll probably draw another one tomorrow, so that will be 3 Halloween ones at least that we will release next week. So you guys can look for that. And so make sure that you are following me on my Facebook page, and that you are also like this video and subscribe to my channel. If you could like this video, that helps me out. And thank you for tuning in, and I hope you guys are all safe with the hurricane and the weather. And I had a lot of fun chatting. Looks like Jane has to go too. She's working on a sweet potato pie. Oh my goodness, that sounds yummy. And I really had fun chatting with all of you, and I may or may not come on live again tomorrow for the 3rd drawing. We'll see what happens tomorrow, but I'm going to try to come on live to the 3rd drawing. So watch for me, and also make sure you guys go and enter for that giveaway that we have just posted on our channel here for the Totally Tiffany color keeper and the drawing board stand that rotates. So cool. Such a big giveaway. So thanks, and thanks for joining me. You guys are awesome. Have a wonderful, colorful, and blissful day. See ya. Bye-bye.